Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Daggy again, back with yet another Marvel Champions video. But in today's video, this one's really special. This is one I've been working on for a bit, kind of. As you can tell by the title, I actually have been working on a custom hero. And it is based on Jinx from League of Legends. And I absolutely love Jinx. She's one of my absolute favorite characters in media. I used to play a ton of League of Legends, like way back in the day, and I was what's called an AD carry, and Jinx actually was my main character, and she's the first character I got Master Rank 7 on, and I had like all her skins. I love this character, absolutely love it. The show was great too, Arcane's a great show. Anyway, so, you know, I really like Marvel Champions. This is super fun, and I've been slowly getting into the custom content area, I suppose. There's a ton of great stuff out there, and there's a few heroes I'm really excited to try out. Like, I'm gonna print them out same as I did here and play those. I think that's gonna be awesome. Still gonna play normal stuff as well, but you know, I did want to do some custom stuff. But I've been working really hard on my Jinx character. Like the last couple weeks, something just, you know, came over me. I got like a spark of inspiration, and I've just been working on her like every day after work, on my days off. You know, I make art or whatever. I'm trying formatting. So I wanted to make a video like showing her cards a little bit, what I've done so far, and play a game against Rhino here. I've actually played a couple games. I did 2 games last night against Rhino. There's already a couple cards I kind of want to change, but I still am going to go ahead and play with, you know, with what I have here. But I like what she does. I like to feel, you know, what I'm doing. It seems a lot of fun. So let's just dive in. So this is Jinx, or AKA Powder as well. So on her alter ego side, her name is actually Powder. That's what she was given at birth. But then as she got older, something happened. It's a story thing I'm not going to say. But then she became Jinx. Now you'll notice that that this looks a lot different than like a standard. Here's Captain Marvel right over here. Than like a, you know, a standard one. I saw like a template for like the promo one. I love this art, like template for a promo hero, I guess I should say. I love this Jinx art, and I was like, I need to do something with this Jinx. So I made a lot of this. There was a template that was posted on the custom, the Marvel Champions customs, not Reddit, the Discord. So I did a lot. It took me a lot to figure this out. The only thing is like her name. I just had to use a little text box and put Jinx there, but it's totally fine, right? I think it's pretty cool. And same with Powder. Everything, like, it was originally Cyclops, so you can see the colors are a little off, but again, it's like my first printing and stuff, so I'm not too worried about it. But still, I like how this turned out. You know, this is pretty cool. And it's just some paper, you know, I just cut it out and then you sleeve it. This is like in front of an energy or whatever. So we have Powder, aka Jinx. Now, what does she do? So first of all, you know, they have she has 9 hit points, which I think is absolutely perfect for her. I think 9 is just right, just perfect. Any more, and I don't think that's right. Recovery of 3, hand size of 6, you know, in alter ego. She is a civilian and a genius. It's hard to put here. I definitely wanted her to be a genius, but if I get closer, does that do anything? Not really. So a civilian, this version of her just kind of made sense. I just wanted like one other trait, and I don't really think it matters too much, but I thought that was cool. Civilian and genius. So she has her hero action, her alter ego action, which is going to fit very well with her hero action, is, so once per turn, or round, essentially, you look at the top 2 cards of the deck, your deck, then you can choose one of them and put it into your hand, and then you leave the other one on top of your deck. So you kind of do start with 7 cards, and I do like that because, again, you know, like Captain Marvel here, she starts with 7 cards. She's one of my favorite characters, and I don't see anything too wrong with it. I mean, you have like Gamora, Gamora can also kind of start with 7 cards as well. I know Bruce Banner doesn't, but you kind of get like, someone described it as the best of 6 or the best of 7, something like that, because you can draw a card and discard a card, you know, something like that. But I like it. I think it fits really well. And it doesn't feel too bad. Like, it doesn't feel like too strong, I guess I should say. I like it. It's a cool ability. That's all she has right now. Then when you flip her over to Jinx here, I gave her 2/2/2 stat line because I wasn't really sure what to do with it. I definitely wanted the 2 attack. And she is kind of smart and crafty, so 2 thwart made sense. She is like infused with this substance called Shimmer, so she is a little faster and more durable. So 2 defense isn't crazy, and really, like, I don't really defend a lot with her, but you can, so it is what it is. So Jinx is just a criminal right now. That's her only trait I have. I don't really know what else to give her. She is still a genius, but there are no heroes who are a genius, I think, in hero form, and that's probably good. So you're not like spamming genius, not genius, ingenuity and like Moon Girl and stuff like that. So like whenever you want. So her hero ability is Get Excited, which is based off of her passive from the League of Legends game. It's a hero response. I think that's correct. Maybe hero interrupt. I'm not sure. But it's when after you defeat an enemy, you can ready Jinx, and you can do this once per. Oh, I have limit once per round. I kind of want to do it once per phase, because that way you can kind of do it. You can do like unflappable. You can do a defense build, kind of, you know, change of fortune during the enemy turn. But right now, just once per round. So during your turn, essentially, if you defeat an enemy, you can just ready Jinx. And again, it's only once. And it feels good. It feels like a really good ability. The games I played doesn't feel too strong. And I like it. You know, I think it fits her. And I've had a lot of fun with it. And she has a hand size of 5, I should say. Hand size of 5 in hero form. So overall, I like it. Like, the whole thing is very good. So, like all heroes, most heroes in the game, you know, characters have a sort of like gimmick, right? Like Wolverine and X-23 have their claws, and they use their claws for, you know, fueling their abilities and their events and stuff. Or you have someone like Silk, who is actually, I got Silk right here. You have Silk, who, you know, tucks cards under her identity, and all of her cards do something with tuck. And then, like, over here, I have Black Panther, and her little gimmick is using her Black Panther upgrades. So I wanted to have a gimmick for Jinx, and hers is, I'm not quite sure what to call it. Right now, I'll show a card here. We'll show Fishbones. It's Hex Tech. So on the bottom here, basically all of her cards, except for her signature ally Echo, and Echo really should have one. This is something I need to fix. But all of her cards have a Hex Tech like boost thing on the bottom. And again, you know, formatting and stuff, I don't really know. And you also notice, like, I didn't put any, there's no headshot. I don't have a little thing in the corner yet. I wasn't worried about that. And like gunplay, I accidentally messed up, and this is purple instead of blue, but it is what it is, right? It's whatever. It's the first draft. Anyway, so Hex Tech means when you discard a card off the top of your deck, if it has the Hex Tech boost, you can do the Hex Tech boost. So it's like a small, it's like a smaller effect for the bigger card. So Fishbones here is basically the same as Rocket's rocket launcher. It's a 3-cost upgrade. You can exhaust it. You choose an enemy or a villain. You deal 2 damage to the villain, and all enemies engage with you. That's what Fishbones does. I really like Rocket, and I was like, hey, that seems fine right now. But it has a Hex Tech boost, where if you discard this, you would choose a player, and then you deal 1 damage to all enemies engaged with that player. So if you're in solo and you discard it, you just deal 1 damage to all enemies, which is fun, right? So you kind of want to have these cards on top of your deck for discarding purposes. Now, like, there's like 8 cards that you can put on the table, including Echo, and then I have like 7 cards for events. So you do hit stuff. I was very surprised by the stuff that you hit, I guess. I really thought I would need another way, like an outlet to discard cards, but like aggression has ways to do that. So it works out pretty well. I actually really like it. So yeah, Fishbones is one of her iconic weapons. It's her rocket launcher. It had to be a card, right? Formatting might be slightly off, but I love the picture. So that's one of her cards there. And there's no numbers. I don't like, right on the bottom, it's hard to see, but it'll say like X out of 15. I don't know how to number these. I don't know yet. So here, yeah, that's fine right there. So our signature ally is Echo, and I wasn't sure about a signature ally for a long time. I was thinking about other cards, but then Echo dawned on me, and I'm like, oh, dude, absolutely. So Echo is modeled off of Gambit from Rogue quite a bit. So Gambit comes into play with 3 charge counters, and when you attack with him, you can remove a charge counter and deal 1 damage to an enemy. So Echo has a similar cost. I probably should give him 1 more attack. He only has 1. Gambit has 2 attack and 2 thwart, but you know, again, I don't know. Also, should probably change his boost, but I mean, Wild's probably fine. So Echo comes into play with 3 time counters on him, or rewind counters. I'm not sure. So after he thwarts, you can remove a time counter from him, and then you put a card with Hex Tech from your discard pile on top of your deck. So this is a good way to just recycle cards. I was thinking about this last night, and there is kind of a loop you can do with him, and if you have to have certain things in play. Actually, I almost have it right here. And well, I'll talk about it in a moment, but I was thinking about it, and I was like, I accidentally put in like a permastun, at least for a couple turns, and I was like, shoot, that's something I probably need to fix, but it won't happen every game, but it is something you probably could do. But still, I like Echo. I like the theme I have here. I haven't gotten to use him yet, I will say, in the couple games I played, but you know, overall, I think he's cool, right? I think he's a cool support. And he fits the theme, you know, fits the theme of what I'm going for. We're going to get some cards back. I do need to change him. Again, I might increase his attack by 1. And also, he has no Hex Tech boost himself. I don't know if he should have one, but I feel like every card in Jinx's kit should. Because every other card does, except for Echo. But maybe not. I don't know. One of the upgrades that's super important for her kit is Shimmer. Because Jinx is infused with Shimmer, and this is a 2-cost upgrade, and it's literally the same thing as Domino's probability field. When you use a basic power, except only in hero form, so you can't use recovery. So when you use a basic power, you can exhaust this, and you, I don't have exhaust on here, actually. I don't think probability field does either. So, okay, maybe this is, I don't know. I thought you exhausted this, which is so funny because I made this. Oh, it is limit once per phase, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, yeah, that way you can use it during, you can defend if you want to. Anyway, you just, when you use a basic power, you discard the top card of your deck, and you're going to get +1 to that power for each resource on that card. So most of the time, it's just going to be 1, right? She'll thwart for 3. She'll attack for 3, she'll defend for 3. That's what's going to happen most of the time. Every so often, you are going to hit that double and get that extra little damage, which is kind of neat. So it's probably the main way to fuel discarding cards off the top of your deck in Jinx's kit. And it's good. Like, it works really well. I'm very happy with it. And the Hex Tech boost here is you just draw a card. That's it. So if you happen to discard it, you can at least kind of replace itself with another card. Now we have Pow Pow. Pow Pow is actually the name of her machine gun, her Gatling gun, actually. Her mini gun, I should say. Cost 2, right? Has that cost of 2 here. I might slide that over so it covers more. But comes into play with 3 ammo counters. And you can exhaust it and remove a counter to deal 2 damage to an enemy. Just 2. But if this attack defeats that enemy, you can ready Pow Pow. So, which is like the cool minigun, like she's just mowing enemies down, right? You get a max of 3 times, essentially, so it's like 2 for 6. But it's solid, right? This is pretty cool. And its Hex Tech boost is you can deal 2 damage to an enemy. So, you know, it's all right. I've honestly used the Hex Tech boost more than the card itself, but I've used Fishbones in one of my games, but I haven't actually gotten Pow Pow down yet. That looks slightly better as I moved it over. Okay. Next up we have Jinx's Pistol. This is super iconic. I really wanted this here. Again, a lot of inspiration from Rocket. So this is a 1-cost upgrade. Comes into play with 3 ammo counters. And you exhaust it and remove a counter to deal 2 damage to an enemy. But unlike Rocket's Pistol, this attack gains ranged, which is cool, and that does, you know, fit into like Sharpshooter, the upgrade Sharpshooter, which is kind of neat. And since this is so iconic, its Hex Tech boost is when it's discarded, you put it into play. So, which is kind of nice. So it's just some extra damage for Jinx. It's good. Like I've gotten this in the 2 games I've played, and the 1 game I had Sharpshooter, and it feels really good with Sharpshooter. So it's solid. I like it a lot. I think it's a good card. This is one that I really want to work on a bit. I like the idea, but I want to do more. So this is Hex Tech Gemstone. It's a 1-cost upgrade right now. And it has an alter ego action where you simply exhaust it and you can shuffle up to 2 cards in your discard pile with Hex Tech back into your deck. Now, I didn't say identity specific because I do want to make a couple cards in the other aspects that do have Hex Tech, you know, like 2 for basic, 2 for aggression, 2 for leadership, etc., etc. Like a couple, right? Not go crazy, but, you know, maybe like, you know, 10-ish cards, if that. Maybe not, I don't know. But I just wanted a way to get those cards back into your deck if you really wanted to. And this seems, I don't know, this seemed to work pretty well. I would like to increase its cost by 1 or 2 and then give it a resource generator as well. So like in hero form, you can exhaust it to get a resource, or in alter ego, you can exhaust it to put cards back into your deck, which I think would be really cool. But, you know, I don't know. It works well for what it does. And its Hex Tech boost is you just heal 1 from your hero. That's all I can really, I was like, okay, that's fine. Heal 1 damage from your hero. That's fine. Now we have 2 copies of Flame Chompers, which is one of our iconic, you know, abilities from the game, you know, from League of Legends. But it's basically just those little grenade things she makes. This is a 1-cost preparation upgrade, and it's just like Lie in Wait. When an enemy engages you, you can discard Flame Chompers to deal 3 damage to that enemy. And its boost, its Hex Tech boost, is stun an enemy. Now, I didn't have a minion. Right now I said stun an enemy, so if you wanted to stun, you know, the villain, and you're able to, you go right ahead, right? That's what I wanted to do. But I did notice that there was a loop with Echo, Shimmer, and Flame Chompers. So you could basic attack or thwart, probably basic attack, use Shimmer, discard Flame Chompers off the top of your deck, and you would stun the villain. Then you use Echo to thwart, and then put Flame Chompers back on top of your deck. And then if you have a hand, if you just keep your hand size and you don't draw cards, even so, you could just attack with Echo on like the following turn after the stun, put Flame Chompers back on top, use Shimmer, discard it, stun the villain, right? You can only do it 3 times, but it's still like a perma-lock for 3 turns that I'm not crazy about. But I don't know. Like, I haven't had it. I didn't notice it. I haven't used it yet. But it's something that exists in her kit, and I'm, you know, I don't know if I'm crazy about. But, you know, still works out well. I think it's cool. Now we're getting into the events. Those are our upgrades and supports. So right now, I think I have too many. I definitely would probably take like one of these out because I have 3 copies of a thwart, 3 copies of an attack. And I think I might take, you know, 1 out of each and put like a defensive event or something in here. But right now, we have 3 copies of Gunplay. It's a 3-cost event. it simply does 7 damage to an enemy, but you can discard the top card of your deck to give that attack overkill and piercing. So it's a really big attack, which is super cool. Piercing might be too much. I don't know. I probably would want like ranged instead. But it hits pretty hard, you know, it's pretty good. And its Hex Tech boost is you can deal 1 damage to an enemy. So, you know, it's fitting. I'm thinking is the thwart event. 2-cost thwart event, you can remove 3 threat from a scheme, and then you can discard the top card of your deck to remove 2 threat from a scheme. So you could do 5 threat from one scheme, or 3 from one and 2 from another. And then its Hex Tech boost is you just remove 1 threat from a scheme. Finally, her signature card is Super Mega Death Rocket. And I really wanted this card in here. This one, this and the pistol are the 2 main ones I wanted to do. Super Mega Death Rocket, I don't know. Like, this one is like, I don't really know what to do. So right now, it's a 4-cost event. It's an attack, and what you can do is you choose an enemy, then you discard up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. And then you can deal 2 damage to the enemy for each card discarded this way. So, I mean, you probably want to blow an enemy up and deal like 10 damage. It's very possible that you can deal more damage, like if you discard a Gunplay or Pow Pow, which does 2 damage as well. Ideally, you know, you want to trigger some of your Hex Tech boosts and be able to use those as well. So, I have done this, and this is actually kind of fun. This is, you know, this seems pretty solid. I didn't really get a Hex Tech boost when I used it, but it's cool. Like, I was like, oh, okay, thematically, this is fun. But its Hex Tech boost is deal 3 damage to an enemy, which I thought was fair because it's the only card in the deck. It's an event that does it. So if I discard this, it's probably gone for that deck cycle, unless I somehow have Echo or my Hex Tech Gemstone to shuffle it back in. But that's what I have for Core 15. I love the idea I'm going for. There's a few tweaks and stuff, but we're gonna see it in action. And I think it's going to be cool. Now, her obligation I actually really like. I took a lot of inspiration from both Black Panther and Shuri. So it's called Plagued by Guilt, and I love this picture. When it comes out, you put 2 guilt counters on it, and you know, give it to Jinx. And you can't use Jinx's Get Excited ability. Now, to remove the guilt counters, you have to resolve 2 Hex Tech boosts on your cards, but you don't get the effects, right? You would do it, and then you remove a counter. And once you remove 2 counters, then this goes away, and then you're free to, you know, continue playing. And I was like, you know what? That seems like it's kind of like, you know, T'Challa's Shadow, with the doubt counters here as well. And like you have to do your stuff to get rid of them. And it's also just 2 activations, just like Silk's. You only need 2 tucked cards. So I was like, you know what? That seems pretty solid, right? And I like it. I think it works well. I actually had it in my last game against Rhino. That's why it was so easy to find it. It was on the table when I won. So I think Jinx is going to do really well in aggression. And specifically, I wanted ways to discard cards. So we're gonna run Angela. We got a double. Looking for trouble to help with thwarting, although I don't really think I need it against Rhino. But it does get minions into play, and I like to beat up minions. No Quarter will help us discard cards off the top of our deck, and this has been pretty handy. So this is a good one. We have more Looking for Trouble, another one. Combat Training, Hall of Heroes, because we are going to be beating up minions. Professor X. And since we're discarding cards, I'm running White Fox and 3 copies of Digging Deep, which has popped up. More Hand Cannon as well. Hand Cannon. Sharpshooter is really good, but it only works with her pistol right now. But it feels really good when you have this and the pistol out, so it's staying. She is a genius and alter ego, so we have Ingenuity, and we also have Moon Girl. She's hiding in here. Side holster, because our weapons do have restricted. Gold Balls, who's a huge MVP, being able to discard up to 4 cards off the top of our deck. and help us trigger more Hex Tech stuff, which is just great. Ironheart, Moon Girl, we got a resource generator, and we got, you know, some resources. So overall, you know, it plays well. Like it fits me very well, and I really like how she's turning out. I wouldn't mind putting in like a resource generator, and that could be the Hex Tech gemstone. I don't know, like I do want a defense event as well, but I also wouldn't mind having her own like custom resource cards. Like I can put a couple of those in where maybe if you discard them, you know, you get an effect, or then go to your hands, just like digging deep, you know, I don't know. Or you can like generate the resources even if they're discarded, something like that. But I like the idea of just discarding cards off the top of your deck and still being able to get like a little benefit from that. And that's, I don't know, it's worked really well in the couple games I've played. Let me get this all nice and shuffled up here. And it's fun. Like it's fun, and I've just really enjoyed it. I just really enjoyed Jinx here. So I'm gonna do one more. I just really, you know, because everything all clumped. Okay, that looks good. So I'm actually gonna move it over here. We're gonna put Jinx. We're gonna put Powder right here. So we are playing Rhino, and instead of Bomb Scare, I think is his recommended, encounter set. We are running Hydra Patrol. I really like Hydra Patrol, and plus it has a ton of like extra minions, and I love beating up minions. It's one of my favorite encounter sets to put in, like when I play as Rocket. Just because there's just so many minions. I'm not really looking as I'm shuffling here, because the I can kind of tell when my obligation is going to show up sometimes, especially if I'm shuffling. But I'm just kind of looking around at my window. Okay, that looks good. Okay, there we go. And I don't think I played against Rhino yet, so, you know, pretty exciting. All right, let's go ahead. I already have our health, his health, and our health already put here. Let's draw our starting hand of 6. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Wow, we got 2 doubles. I could just play Hall of Heroes and my Pow Pow, and actually Endurance here. I could just straight up play this stuff. Now, I'm definitely gonna use Powder's ability. I definitely don't need no quarter. Let's get rid of that. Endurance is nice for the extra hit points. Let's keep this stuff, and we'll mulligan 1. Flame Chompers. Alright, cool. Yeah, that's cool. I haven't got to try that out yet. Okay. We're going to use Powder's ability. So we look at the top 2. And I can put 1 into my hand. It's probably going to be... Actually, if I do... I can put these down, and then I could either get... I actually want to try Flame Chompers, so... Shoot, I think I keep Ironheart. So I'm gonna put Digging Deep on top. Yeah, Digging Deep on top. Oh, if I play Ironheart, actually, hold on. Oh, I would draw into the Digging Deep. I would draw into Digging Deep, and then I would still be able to put this down, and then I could play Pow Pow or the Flame Chompers, actually, and have a blocker. So let's try that. Okay, so we should have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. I don't have anything else to do in Ultra Ego. We'll just flip up. We'll spend energy here for Ironheart, and we'll draw that Digging Deep here. Then we're going to do Strength for Hall of Heroes. Now, I could get... Flame Chompers would be good to take out any minions that pop in, and I do really want to try that. So let's do Digging Deep for the Flame Chompers, and let's actually, we'll get rid of Pow Pow for Endurance. So we'll go up to 12, because Rhino can surprisingly hit pretty hard. So we're at 12. No minions to defeat or anything, so let's just have these 2 swing for 3 damage total, taking Rhino from 14 to 11. We'll just ready up, and let's see what we get here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hate seeing White Fox, but at least I can use her for a resource. Okay. One on here. I actually think I'm just going to... I'm going to take the first hit. Yeah, he'll attack me for 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I'll go to 8. And our counter card is... Charge. Oh, good thing. Okay. Oh, that's right. When he attacks, the attack gains overkill. Oh my gosh, yeah. And then at the end... Shoot. I hate that one. That one hurts so much. Okay. So... Back to us. Still no minions. No way to get a minion. Maybe I just put Echo into play here? I could gunplay. I could smash him for... You can... yeah, I can do 1, 2, 3... For 7... 8, 9... It's not enough to push him into number 2... Or second form, but... I'm going to get crushed, actually. 3, 4, 5... I might have to... I'm going to have to block the next hit, I think. Let's get Echo into play, because I haven't gotten to do that much. So we're going to play Echo for... I'll play these 3. Gunplay, I'm thinking, and White Fox. And he comes into play with 3 counters on here. Do I could definitely attack, because I'm going to block next turn. Or I could flip down and have him scheme. I could have him scheme, actually. I could flip down and recover. And that way I can avoid the charge for 1 turn. Maybe we do that? Yeah, and then I can save gunplay. Let's hit him for 2. Go to 9. And let's have Echo thwart. Let's get this 2 off. Get rid of this counter. And then I'm going to put a Hextech card on top of my deck. And it's probably going to be... kind of want Pow Pow. Just put Pow Pow up there. I'm going to keep Ironheart. She doesn't need to go yet. Let's flip down. Oh, I could pick up... I don't have anything that costs 1. Yeah, so I'm not going to use my ability because it's not really going to matter. I am going to hold on to my other gunplay, though. Because I do want to use that. So we'll draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One of them is gold balls. Ooh, and our pistol. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Rhino's turn. He puts 1 here. He's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3. And counter card is I'm tough. Give him a tough status card. Okay, easy. Good thing it wasn't... Whoops. Wasn't an advance. All right. Okay, back to us. We will use our ability. Look at the top 2. Professor X and Helicarrier. I could stun him. I mean, confuse him. I could, and then I could stay down for 1 more turn. Maybe. I would have to dump, like, maybe this one. I could dump those 3 for him. And I do want to get gold balls into play, though. And he would be a good blocker, actually. He would soak up a lot of that damage. I could do that. Gosh, this is tough. I think I'll actually take the Helicarrier instead of... Yeah. Oh, whoop. He's going to sit up top here. Yeah, I'll take the Helicarrier. Okay. We will... flip up. And let's have Ironheart take the tough off of here. Oh, wait a second. I can do piercing. Yeah, I could do piercing. If I play... I do... Oh, shoot. I do kind of want... I can't believe I don't have any minions yet. Do I pierce that off? Get rid of my side holster. I could gunplay these 3. I'm 1 resource short of playing gold balls this turn, but he could be a good finisher. Let's, you know what? You only have once. We're going to play gunplay. We're going to deal 7 damage, and then I'm going to discard the top card of my deck, which is, oh, again, just Professor X, to give that attack overkill and piercing. So we're gonna pierce that off, and it's gonna go. He's gonna go to 2, from 9 to 2. Okay. I could force him to stage 2. I really should get that. Yeah, let's have Echo. Oh, I could have had Echo actually shoot. Echo should have thwarted, and put like. Oh, let's hold on. What we can do here, and when I do that, because Professor X is on top here, because I discarded him. What we could do, because we're still learning, is Echo thwarts first, puts a thing here. So if he thwarts first and he takes 2 off of here, taking us to 2, then we can put Pow Pow on top, and then we would attack, and we would discard the top card, which is Pow Pow, and that deals an extra 2 damage, which would take him to 0. I like that a lot, actually. And that will force him. Oh, he's gonna hit a little harder. To if he gets a no, I would block. He's gonna hit me for 6, 4. He would need a huge boost to KO me, because it's a huge boost. So we got to find breaking and taking, because we're just going ham here. Because we're moving the stage 2. There's our breaking and taking. It'd probably be a lot easier if I stunned him. It'd be cool if I got a minion as well. I set up for minions and I haven't gotten any. Okay, that's all shuffled up. Breaking and taking comes in play with 3, and I think actually, oh, and he also has 15 hit points. All right, 15, and then let's have Jinx and Ironheart just get the threat off of here. Then I will play. I think I discard side holster for Jinx's pistol. Yeah. And I'll actually use it to deal 2 damage to him. Let's take him to 13. Okay. I'm going to hold on to gold balls because I really want to use him, hopefully. And we'll draw 1, 2, 3, 4, plus this is 5. So, okay. Alright, here's hoping. Alright. This goes to 3. He's going to attack. I will block. He's going to hit us for 6, 7, 8. Minus 2 is 6. And that's going to take us from 8 to 2. Oh my gosh. Okay. And encounter card is Shocker. Oh my gosh. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each hero. At 1 health. However... Oh, wait a second. When he's did my flame chompers happen first? After, oh no, he gets put into play and then engages me. So I think then I will discard flame chompers after I take that damage, and we're gonna take him out. Since I defeated a minion, I'm gonna put 1 counter here. Nice. Well, that was fun. That worked out real well. Okay, back to us, and we do have the professor here. How do I have... Oh, he was on top and I drew... No, he wasn't. He was... Yeah, he was 1 down. Yeah, because then I put Pow Pow on top. Okay, we will... I could... If I don't really... I'm like, I could do Angela and then put Professor X into play as well. But I don't have a way to really deal with that minion. So I think we'll play Professor X... discarding I can't believe I'm still holding on to gold balls. These 3, actually we'll get rid of gold balls. I'll get rid of these 3 right here to play Professor X. We're going to confuse Rhino, and then we're going to thwart this down. I'm going to hold on to Echo for a second. Yeah, and I will flip down, use my ability, look at the top 2. No quarter and looking for trouble. I guess I'll take looking for trouble, and then I'll just discard it to put a second copy of Flame Choppers into play. Oh, I could have attacked. I'll deal 2 damage before I flipped. I totally forgot. There we go. Okay. He has 1 damage. Not that it really matters. He's just gonna disappear anyway. Okay, 1 hit point in a dream. Let's draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. All right. No, lots of no quarters. Rhino's turn. He will attempt to scheme. He can't. Encounter card is Hydra Mercenary. All right, cool. Kind of move over a bit here. He just has guard. No big deal. All right, back to us. Boy, if I didn't have that endurance, we'd be dead. Let's use our ability. Look at the top two. It's, ooh, sharpshooter. I can at least have that fire off one. So let's put I'm thinking on top and keep sharpshooter. Let's recover to be safe. Actually, doesn't matter. Well, oh, Professor X is gone. I can hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this would be 6. Oh, I do have gunplay. Actually, I think that's is that enough? Oh, that's definitely enough. Yeah. So, and I have shimmer. Yeah. Well, I don't think I need to actually recover. We'll just flip up. Oh wait, flame chompers. Oh, it's a hero response. I'm not in hero form. Dang. Oh, he does have guard actually. So if I could, if I attack him and then hit him with gunplay, or ready up. Yeah. So let's put 2 damage. Jinx will attack for 2 damage on the mercenary. Then I'm gonna play gunplay, discarding no quarter, and I don't know, combat training. Yeah, discarding these 3. And I will discard the top card of my deck, which is I'm Thinking, which has a Hex Tech boost. I can remove 1 threat. Gunplay, I deal 7 damage to an enemy. That is 6 overkill. Get to put a counter here. 6 damage, so 11 to 5. Okay. I gets the ready Jinx because I defeated a minion. And then I do 1, 2 here, taking him to 3. And then to end it, I will play Sharpshooter, discarding Shimmer and Hand Cannon. And we are going to use my last charge of my pistol, which is a ranged attack. And then I will use Sharpshooter, discard this. Okay, it's just a genius. Oh, it's actually 2 additional. So this is 4 damage right here. Yeah, so this will be 4 damage to Rhino, taking him to 0. So there we go. That's that's you know, a simple. Oh, my cards are slightly off here, but that's all right. That was that's the play. That's, you know, that's how we Jinx. So I don't know. It's fun. You know, I like her. But you know, a few changes. I definitely want to do is you know, I want to change Echo a little bit, and gunplay might be too strong actually. And I haven't really got to use I'm Thinking too much, but you know, overall, like, again, I like the theme. I like what I have going on here, and I think it's fun. And I just wanted to show off, you know, my progress, what I've done with Jinx. I have a nice working, you know, prototype, I suppose, and it's been fun. I know I say it all the time, but I absolutely love this game. It's perfect for me. You know, I absolutely love it. I love playing it. So I hope you enjoyed this. I know it's, you know, it's like 40-ish minutes or so, but you know, I got to play Rhino finally, and I got to use, you know, my new favorite my new favorite hero I got working. I'm actually gonna probably I'm probably gonna tweak her a bit, you know, here after the video. So, oh boy, what a game. This was fun. It's just nice to show her off. But hey, you know, let me know if you have any, you know, comments, or if you have like suggestions or anything like that. I'm always down for that. I don't have like the files, you know, some people have like the files up, you can play as them. I don't have her completely like finalized, I guess. Like, I don't even have headshots or anything. I just printed out, you know, some stuff to get her going. So, but yeah, you know, any suggestions, anything, you know, weird, or not weird, anything I missed, or you know, whatever, right? I'm down for whatever. But hey, this video's gone on long enough. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. You stay safe out there, make good decisions, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.
Yep, that's me. You ever need to curse a sibling or a family or a society? My car